Hello, welcome back. Today I've actually done a bit more to the battery tray. In the last episode I was explaining about this bit, which was over here. I've actually chopped the bit out of there and now put that in there, so that's in line now. The back corner was pinched. I've cut that and curved it and welded it up. That's all cut the right height now, where it should be the same as that one. So that back corner looks the same. I trimmed a bit out of this corner as well, the chamfered that. The front's spot on now. I'm going to leave that alone, how that is. So that's that bit. The other bit I was doing was fabricating that, which I have now. That bit is the original bit I chopped off there, so I've nicked that on there now and got that all done. So when that's on the tray, it sits like that, so that will sit in there how it should. And I've got where are they? 2 flange nuts now, which I'm going to MIG spot weld them on there. So that's that, and it's better than that bit what was stuck on there before. And then they're just like riv nuts, so if the bolts did get seized in, then they would have turned them nuts anyway. But now it's got a bit of strength, so I've got that plate to go on, and then I've got this plate here to stick back on the front, so that will actually look like it should now. And then I've also gone round all the spot welds and just touched them up and flattened them off, so I can now prime the back of the tray and prime the top. I have etched it a bit, I've still got to do a bit more in here so I can get a bit of primer on it. But that bit just about done. But I'm well impressed with that plate now. That's turned out pretty good. So I'll get it all bolted back up, get the nuts welded on, and I'll come back shortly. Right, shadow's just outside there. I don't know how much this new camera picked up. I did put it on time lapse, but I'll show you what I've done. I've now You can see it. I've now spotted that in there and cleaned the spot welds up. So I spot in there, same as that one. Got one there, 2 there. That the edge I haven't done, but now when you look at it as it is, it's got that strengthening bit, and the front one's got that bit in there. So that's all in there. So that's ready to go now. Right, I've got the servo bolted on by one bracket, got the heater surrounding there. I've measured up and I think that's near enough where I want it. I'm trying to measure off the original one and then measuring this one because it's all slightly out, so I'm sort of near enough, a couple of mil give or take either way. I think that'll do. So now secure it in there and then try and, as I sort of measured off there, I've measured off from inside when the heater surrounds off from the cut out from there to here. I've measured from the back there and there. I've measured from this bit to that bit. I've measured in this corner. I've basically measured everywhere. Made sure that's the width down there, but the fat sort of finger width. Sort of eyed it up so this bit with that, you know. So I've sort of gone everywhere with it, but I think that's where it's going to go. So I'll now mark up and then go from there, and then I'll come back. I've got the battery tray bolted in, so I was going to use riv nuts, blind riv nuts, but I thought they'd fill up with water. I'm going to get some rubber washers to go between the battery tray and the bulkhead, but the hurdle I've hit now is, let's see, if you look, oh, you can see that on camera, the actual nut is higher than the battery tray, so that's gonna go in the bottom of the battery. I've turned the bolt round. I thought, if I turn the bolt round the other way, that might help, but then, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if to get a socket and get a big socket and a smaller socket and knock where the bolt goes in down to raise the tray up, or the other option is I've then got to put like a mill of tin to miss the bolt. So if I do that, I've then got to go all the way along here and cut them holes in. So the nuts were touching the top of the battery, so then what I'd done, I'd cut some strips of 1mm tin and welded on there and there, and then I've spot welded it in, welded down the side, so I have put some filler down there, give it a little bit of a start on it, to see where to go, but I drilled the holes through so it looks the same. So the battery fitted in there and didn't touch the top of the nuts because I actually put some Tipex on them. I tried the bolts coming up from underneath and then going the other way, they still hit the battery. So I Tipex the nuts, found the battery was touching, so I put the bits of tin on top and welded them in, done that. But because I've done that, I've raised the battery up. It then didn't clamp in the back, so I've actually cut round and raised that. I've actually cleaned up in there now, so the battery does sit in the back now. It sits in the back. So that's that. Every time you do something, you hit a hurdle. So that's that bit. Been quite a few weeks sorting these washers out. But what I came up with was with this. If you look at it, it's like a silicone washer. I was in like a plumbing place in town where I live, and had a look at tap washers, but tap washers are a lot thicker than these. But in the box was these, and a lot of silicone washers are quite squishy. But I think they'll do the job. They'll squish in between, seal it up. So what I've done, I've got a hole puncher. I bought a cheap set. Bought a cheap set of hole punchers, and I've just punched. That's it. Just punched a hole with that straight through the middle. So they're actually, quite a tight fit on there. So I think that'll do the job. Right, that's all bolted in. Cut the bolts off with a Dremel attachment to get in there. I've got the washers underneath between. Let's see what we got. Hopefully we've got Tipex mark on there, on there, on there, on there, on there. Hopefully we should have it. So nothing on the battery. Just flush around there. We got old. You can see that they've missed. So that's the Tipex trick done. So that's that. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've finished off the battery tray. It's been an ongoing thing, but it's one of them jobs where it needs to be look right and look the part. Rather it all be done and go, I wish I'd done this and wish I'd done that, it's too late. So thank you for people who've subscribed to the channel and been following it, but hopefully this should help other people who've going to tackle the same thing and do the same thing I've done, rather than spot weld it in, bolt it in. But everything you do, there's a hurdle, you alter something and then something else needs altering, but I got there in the end. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.